What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? It is me, your host, Louis B. We are back with another installment of Checking In, where we are highlighting black entrepreneurs that's out here doing great things in the city of Atlanta, the place that I love to call home. I'm back with another installment. This time I'm checking in, man. I'm so honored to be checking in with certified trainer. I gotta say certified because the game is kind of interesting now.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta say certified trainer and owner of Gym 55. That's his own gym, guys. I'm talking to Jamaris Giles, man. What's going on with you, brother? How you
Appreciate
feeling?
you, man. Appreciate you.
Oh
Blessed.
man, I'm so glad to be here doing this with you today. How you feeling?
Man, blessed to be here. Appreciate you for giving me that call, man, and giving me the opportunity, man, to tell my story.
No problem, man. And he's reached out to me like a while back. And sometimes what I do, I like to just sit back and analyze people. I like to just sit back and peep the scene before I just pull up on somebody and do an interview, because I really want to just see what that person is doing. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes people can hit you up and people can hit you up with a damn representative. You know what I'm saying? So I really got to check in with my folks before I check in with my folks. So I'm so happy to be here with you, man. I really want to get into your story because it's unique. I'll say it's so unique for right now. Like, we talk about it a lot on Checking In, you know, and I like to try to find people that's doing different things. So, you know, we have our singers, we have our rappers, musicians, people that's doing stuff in the entertainment industry, but people that are literally at the forefront of your minds, making it about us, like our health. Not on the chef side of trying to kill us with all the butter and fats and oils and carbs, but somebody that's literally trying to, how can I put this, enhance us. Like, speak about that, like really going against the grain and doing something totally different.
Man, to be honest with you, it's really all about just giving back to the people.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a lot of African Americans doing what I'm doing, but they're not necessarily doing what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Because when you first introduced me, that first word, certified. Everybody not out here is certified.
You said we going back.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to go back, take that
I like
back.
it.
Everybody's not certified. A lot of
Yeah.
people out here freelancing. A lot of people didn't take the route I took. I actually went to school for this, so I have a PhD in physical science.
I like
you know,
it.
that's the highest you can get with this. And then of course, you know, certified master trainer level 3. So that's the highest you can get as of right now being a trainer. So being a 12-year vet in this game, I'm not a rookie, 12 years in.
I like it.
So I've been doing this a long time. I started out in my parents' 2-car garage. I went from there. I worked at Anytime Fitness, Workout Anytime, LA Fitness, Goals. Pretty much name. I done worked at every gym.
Everybody knows his name in the gym
Like
world.
literally, everybody knows me. So if you go in McDonough, Fayetteville, Atlanta, they gonna be like, oh, you train with Jay the, oh, I know him.
Wow.
Like people gonna be like, oh, I remember him when he was Jay the Trainer, because I went through so many names, like Jay
And
the
then he
Goat
said, I'm the
stuff.
GOAT.
Like I'm the GOAT, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, I don't know nobody else doing it like me. You know
I like
what I'm
it,
saying?
man.
Like that's not taking away from nobody, that's not bragging or boasting, but literally ain't nobody done put the work in or the time I done put in to really get to this point. You
Yeah.
think about a 26-year-old African-American male, a 6-figure trainer, nobody making moves like I'm making. You get what I'm saying? I take care of my mom, my pops, I retired them. You get what I'm saying? So ain't
And I
nobody
really
doing it
wanted
like
to
I'm
bring
doing it.
this up, like, just we often talk about this entrepreneur shit and just doing it, right? But a lot of us ain't even in the position where we can live off of what we're doing, yet alone being able to retire not one but both of your parents.
Man, most definitely. Man,
When I talk about the ultimate goal,
yeah. That's the ultimate
I gotta
goal.
dap you up again, man. What
That's
the fuck?
Hey, look, brother, that's the
What the
ultimate
hell?
goal. But same time, people got to look at it too, man. Your faith got to be strong with the man above. Like, I'm a firm believer. Like, my mom and dad raised me in the church. You know what I'm saying? Even in the days when I didn't want to go, I needed that word. Like, it's time I strayed away from God, but my business paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because there was a time, literally, I know for a fact, like I was running the South Side, but literally just moving wrong and just being young and dumb, you know, seeing the money coming. You know, you got, you know, these females on this side run that, but then you got the boys on this side, you know, telling you do this and do that. I really had to understand like I'm a business owner. You know, a young black business owner is that. And then my parents always tell me, like, when you first brought in this world as an African American male, we already got one strike against us. So like I already feel like I just got 2 more. And then, you know, if I do anything else wrong, I only got 1 more left against me. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm a firm believer of, like, I gotta set the example to be the example.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to fall in love with being doubted. Like I got it tatted on me. Remember, they doubt you. So like I had to fall in love with being doubted.
Yeah.
I had to fall in love with people closing doors on me. But people don't know shit. I had to come right back around and knock them doors down. You know what I'm saying? Because to let the people know I'm here. And I'm not going nowhere. So each time people see me and they be like, oh well, you ain't got no team, you ain't got this and got that. For what? Like you looking at the
6
team.
figures myself.
You feel what I'm saying? I did that myself. Me and God did that. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I did it without a big team. I did it like, of course I have trainers, I mentor and stuff like that. But even with that, I have to stray away from them sometimes because when I'm ready to move and shake, I'm ready to move and shake.
Yeah,
I don't need no yes man around me. I don't need no yes woman around me. You know, if we're gonna work, we're gonna work.
Yeah.
Because one thing about it, when it's time for me to work, I'm gonna go all in. I'm not going half-ass in on anything I do. You know what I'm saying? So anytime people say Jay the GOAT, they may have he say, she say. Nah, you come talk to the GOAT, and I'm gonna tell you what it is.
I like it.
You know?
I like it a lot. I'm gonna use the word conflicting because it seems like in your past, you said that you started in your parents' garage, but you had other visions of doing other things. Like you had NFL dreams.
Yeah, I did.
My question is, how did this vision totally pivot?
Man, to be honest with you, going into my junior year of college, well, really everything happened in high school. So my parents ended up purchasing a house here in Henry County. We're from Henry County. I'm from Hampton, Georgia. I was going to Lovejoy High School. We were just coming off of we got put out our loss in the championship game. So we was getting ready to reload, make that run for the next following year. My pops ended up getting another job, so he wanted something closer to his job. So we ended up moving back to Hampton, where we were originally from, and where we stayed. So moving there, I went to Luella High School, played football there, and then my senior year, my legs started giving me problems. So not knowing, I went the whole season with a torn ACL.
Wow.
So going the whole season with a torn ACL, my left leg at that, and then of course I had a chance to go to college. I had a couple of college looks, some pretty good ones for my position. And then of course a lot of them started pulling the weight once they found out I was hurt. I couldn't pass physicals, so I was just like,
treat you like a piece of fucking meat, man.
Of course. So you know, just even with that, I ended up walking on at Highlands Community College up in Kansas. I did a semester and a half, and I got back rolling. Then transferred from there, went to Reinhardt University up in Alaska, Division III, with Coach James Miller. He's from Henry County. He used to be the old coach down in Locust Grove High School. So he gave me a chance. He already knew what I was about. I knew what he was about. I knew the vision. Went in, literally did another semester and a half because it was just more like I already know what my grades is looking like. I already knew I just need to get my feet wet. And then end up leaving there, went down to Mercer, played ball there. Saw the ACL again, same side, same leg. So I was just like, yeah, God got a different vision for me. So
at this point, somebody is telling you, hey, bro, you might want to think about
training. But you know what? But believe it or not, I was always locked in with training. I just never took it seriously. Like literally, I was training my teachers in high school, after school.
Wow.
So like when people was going, catching the bus, going home, getting in their car, man, I'm still locked in.
Damn hill and
I'm still locked in with the teachers, you know, training.
Wow.
So, but one thing about it, like my parents always instilled in me to always be a hustler and a go-getter. So literally, like my senior year, I put together like a 3-man team. Like I was selling candy. Like I was good at cutting hair. I'm cutting hair.
Boys.
Yeah, I'm cutting hair inside the locker room before game day, all that. So it's just like it always been in me. But I mean, God just showed me something like this training thing. This gonna be for you. It was like no matter how many times you keep running away from it, like I'm gonna put it right here in front of your face. And like I always been the one, like even during the off season, like I'll grab kids in my neighborhood. Like I'll train them for free just to show them like what we're doing in college and just to show them like what you need to be doing here if you want to make it to that next level. Wow. And even like God was showing me when I was a kid, I met Hines Ward as super sub at McDonald's. And like he pretty much even told me, he was like, man, for what you doing, he was like, God got a bigger calling that's bigger than football. Wow. And like even when he told me that, man, I took it and ran with it. Yeah. And like we sitting here, you know.
Yeah. So you saying, this is funny. Because I was just talking to my mom about her sacrifice and just everything that she's done for me in my life, man. You said you started in their garage.
Yeah.
You turned their entire garage that they do shit in,
Yes,
and you
sir.
turned it into your thing.
Yes, sir.
Kind of go into your parents' influence, and just, I know you told them that they gave you that hustling mentality, but it goes even beyond that.
Man, it goes way beyond that. Like, I'm the only child, but I have a sister on my father's side as well. So I don't believe in doing that stepsister, stepbrother thing. Like, that's my sister. You know what I'm saying? But like, even with that, just growing up in the household, just being the only child, like, I would just always stay to myself. Like, I knew everybody. I was plugged in with everybody. But what gets everyone, this is the kicker. Like I always looked up to, like, the D-boys in our neighborhood. So, like, when my grandfather lived, my mother's father, he stayed right next door to a trap house.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So those was my cousins on his side.
Yeah.
And I tell people, looking up to them, seeing the fast money they was getting, like, in my mind, I never told my parents, but I was like, shit, that's what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because every time you looked around, they had new cars, new clothes, new shoes. They was getting the Jordans every week. You know, they had the females. So I'm looking at it like, that's where I need to go be. I'm like, I'm gonna be like, I'm an educated dude, but I'm like, that's where I'm gonna go be. And me and my cousin is an entrepreneur. Like, he owns his own mobile detailing. But like, we would laugh about that now, but I'm like, that was really the move for us.
Right.
But I tell people, looking at the way they move, looking at the way they conduct business, even when I was around them, they always told me, like, bro, we don't want you around this because, like, you doing football, you doing this, you doing that, and everybody knows you and respect you.
Wow.
So even like now, it's still that same level of respect. Of course, you got a couple of people in the hood, you know, they're gonna be like, you know, you changed, you went Hollywood, but I tell people, it really is me elevating and really just knowing who's for me and who's not for me. You know,
Jay, get your ass out of here, man.
like, for real.
What the hell you doing?
So, like, you know, I tell people all the time, I just always want to be that person. Like, I never forget where I came from. So even just turning my parents' garage into, like, the gym, that was me showing them, like, my level of expertise and really holding down what I said I was gonna do. Like, I always was a firm believer in doing a 5-year, 10-year, 20-year plan for my life. So, like, even though, like, I done had some, you know, some left and right turns I had to make, again, I'm here where I need to be. Like, I'm not where I want to be, but God got me right where I need to be. Like we was talking way before we got on air, like, I'm right there knocking on the door where I need to be. But it's gonna take something real deal bigger for me to get my mind together and kick down the door and put me right where I need to be and be the topic of all conversations, not just certain conversations.
Well, you already kicking down some doors, man, and props to you. Just take a moment, because they black people, they tell us to be humble, but I feel like when you're on your shit, when you're reaping those benefits, like literally reaping what you sow, you can be as braggadocious as you can. So just shout out some of your accomplishments, because you have a few shit, even your own gyms. Like, this is big boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are no small feats.
Oh no, man. Just man, owning Gym 55, man. I made history opening weekend, opening up Gym 55 back in my neighborhood where I'm from. Like, I was the first ever the youngest African American male to come back and do something like that in my neighborhood. I was the first black African American to open up a gym in my neighborhood. Opening weekend, I brought the mayor out, I brought the city councilman out, I brought the chief of police out. Not only just Hampton, but also the sheriff, Chief McBride. I brought him out, and then I also had one of Governor Kemp's representatives. They came down, did a photo op with us. So that whole weekend was just historical all the way around. And then, man, since I've been in the game these 12 years, I've been on Voyager Atlanta 3 times. I've been on Shout Out Atlanta 3 times. I just wrapped up one actually over the weekend with Candace Rebel. Did one with them. I had a chance to be on 107.9. Jay Nix is one of his many females. She put me in. Look, Jay Nix, don't come for me, but
too late.
Yeah, it's too late. But that's my guy. But he plugged me in, man, with one of his podcasts that he does off air. And I got a chance to tell my story. So I tell people, man, every chance I get, man, I just want to be in front of that camera, tell people, man, my story, motivate my people. but also just continue to show people like I'm doing it the right way, but I had to go through those trials and tribulations to get to this point.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I like it a lot. So I guess tell people about the services that you do offer. You know what I'm saying? I think that once people see this checking in, they might hit you up and inquire about your services. So tell everybody about what you offer exactly.
So of course, man, yoga, sports training. Of course, I'm a prior athlete, so gotta have the sports training.
Right.
I do physical therapy, so the dry needling, chiropractic. I know how to do all that. Like I said, I have my degree.
You can crack my back?
Oh yeah, all that, man, all that. So come see me. You know what I'm saying? Come see me. Even when it comes down to make sure I'm not missing anything. Meal plans, nutritionists.
Nice.
I mean, you pretty much name it, man. I do everything. A lot of things you may not see on my page, but I offer it, man. I don't try to put everything out there because that's what makes the journey so special and people inquiring. You know, just coming to me, be like, hey, Jay, I got A, B, C, and D going on with me. Oh, well, this is what I can do for you. And then the first thing they're going to say, oh, I didn't know you offered that. I mean, you won't know until you ask.
I think what we fail to realize is that, and especially since he's saying that he has the degrees and all of the knowledge in this world of, what do we call it? Physical education? Is it physical therapy?
You call it physical education.
Okay.
It's different parts. I can go for days on different parts. It's physical education, physical science, what they call kinesiology. There's so many different terminologies you can use in this field. It really just depends on the area you are and who you're talking with.
And that's not what these pandering, Instagramming ass trainers is doing with the girl doing, making sure her ass is all up and shit, making sure he filming the ass.
Most
and
definitely.
shit.
But one thing, Louis, these people gotta understand too.
What's that?
Man, I tell all my clients, know the difference between a physical trainer, a certified physical trainer at that, but also a fitness enthusiast. Because those fitness enthusiasts, they're getting paid.
Is that a new term?
It is.
Is that like the fitness influencer?
It is. It is. So
fitness enthusiast.
Man, it's a lot of people I see, man, on IG, Facebook, Twitter. You know, they don't know anything about the body, but you know they can take pictures and get the likes and all that. That's fine. But one thing I tell my clients and even people I just meet, know the difference between someone that's real deal in the game, that's showing people proper form and proper ways to actually reach goals, and someone that's just doing just to show off their body and just, you know, really show off something that they're really not.
Right.
Because I've met a couple of fitness enthusiasts or influencers and they don't know anything about the training game. You get what I'm saying? So know the difference between someone that's really just out here getting the money and really just doing it for the likes, opposed to somebody that's really trying to save the people.
Yeah. And I do want to bring up, just ask you a very off the wall question.
Talk to me.
It's on a tangent. The surgery game is so nasty to the point where people don't even allow themselves to grow to the age of 30 and let their bodies fully develop and eat the right things while they have that time. Like, we don't even get to the age of 30 before getting some of these surgeries, whether it's to your body, whether it's to your mouth. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, I wanted to ask you, so somebody that may be like super overweight, would you recommend that they come and train first, or do you recommend somebody get a surgery? Because some people get surgeries and be like, that's when I'm gonna work out.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Actually, I have a couple of people on the roster. Like, I have a clientele over 300. So like, I probably have.
God damn it! Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that though.
Shit.
But I got clientele over 300 right now, sitting. You know, that's active. But even like going back to what you just said, I had 5 clients over my 12 years that came to me after they did the lap band surgery or the gastric sleeve. You know, of course you have to lose X amount of pounds before you get the surgery.
Right.
But a lot of people did it by themselves, whether it was fasting or, you know, just a lot of people have to understand you just changing your diet alone will make a big difference. And then getting into that, getting a trainer or just getting moving. I tell everyone, of course I want to stay in business and you know, help my people, but I'm quick to tell anyone, you don't need a trainer to reach your goal. That's just a necessity. That's just something in the mind you think you need. I tell a lot of people, like, when I first got into the game, like, I was borderline diabetic.
Wow.
And this a lot of things a lot of my clients don't know, and some of the viewers may not know. But when I was 14, right before I literally jumped into this training thing, like I was borderline diabetic, like literally finna be on medication and all that. But I was one of those type of kids, I was real athletic, but I didn't care to go outside. Like most of these kids now, it's more of going on the game, let me get on my phone, FaceTime all day doing this. Like I had that to my disposal, but I didn't care for it. You know what I'm saying? So once I really started getting moving and really seeing what I could do in sports, then I was like, the weight started dropping off. And I was like, man, let me start taking this health thing more seriously, because I'm one of those type of people, I think real logic on everything. I was like, I don't want my parents to bury me at a young age due to, you know, me being young and dumb and just eating what I want to eat. Because during that time, like I said, I had my own hustle going, so I could buy my own food. I can do this and do that. And this, mind you, this is way before DoorDash and Grubhub and all this pulling up to the house.
Good steaks.
I'm going, thank you. You know, I'm going to get my own stuff. You get what I'm saying? So just being mindful and conscious, man, what I was putting into my body. So even being an athlete, a prior athlete, but I still say I'm an athlete because I still train myself like I'm one of them. So I still just find different ways to trick the body just to continue to see that progression, man. That's what it's all about. Like I'm 26 and like I'm still growing into my body. You know what I'm saying? Like even the kids I train, I tell them like, hey, don't worry about trying to take this to help get your bench max up or your squat max up. You're still learning to your body. You're still going through the change. So I'm like fully growing to your body, and then talk to yourself later on down the line if you want to take those drastic changes to get the surgery done. But to be honest with you, probably in about 10 to 12 more years, man, this training thing probably gonna be obsolete. And I'm just being honest because
Peloton is showing y'all all of these different
because
tones and
you know
shit.
everyone want to take the surgery route. So that's the way I really feel like the world is finna go. It's really finna go that way.
The surgery's gonna be going for damn $1,000.
Most definitely. Because I mean, I ain't even trying to be funny. I literally thought about going back to school. I'm like, man, let me become a plastic surgeon. Because I'm like, if these folks making $20,000, $30,000 off of one surgery, I'm like, I'm in the wrong business. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the wrong business.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So we are not gonna hop over 300 fucking clients.
Hey, look, you said 300, like my day.
Because even what people don't realize about what's in my bag, like fam, every person that I interview is a client. And clients are not easy to come by.
No, not at all.
Even if they're not paying, like, it's not easy to come by to get somebody that, one, believes in your vision. I think that's probably the most important part. When you get somebody that literally believes in your vision, they believe in you. 300 people and counting believe in you.
Yes, sir. Let me say this.
Shit is crazy.
And this is me coming from a humble state, but also just being conscious as well. Out of those 300 clients, I'm very grateful. I'm very appreciative. But one thing I always understood about this business, just because I have that number, I'm not content, but same time too, I have to also understand just because out of those 300 clients, that doesn't mean everyone truly supports. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people have to understand, sometimes you may just be convenient during that time. So I may drop a discount, like what you was in my DM joking about. He said $50 for training. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, $50 for training. But you know, people have to understand, like, it's bigger than the money with me, because I have clients out of that 300, like literally I still train for free. Like I have clients that still pay the garage price when I was at the garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was $50 a month. You know what I'm saying? And
it takes being one with those, especially those OG customers. Man,
most definitely.
And because what people fail to realize is that word of mouth is still the number one.
Man, that's the number way
the number
you
one
get
marketing.
Clientele.
Yeah, man.
And then a lot of people don't understand either. You're gonna pay for what you get. You know what I'm saying? So even when OG clients was telling me like, Jay, you need to go up on your rates because you giving too much not to get compensated for it. But here's the kicker. I can increase the price, but then you look at me like I'm crazy when they be like, oh, well, you know, we say go up on the price, but not that much. But going back to what I said earlier, a lot of trainers are not doing what I'm doing because a lot of your favorite trainers that you see on IG or in person, they're not even certified. Anybody can have the money to open up an establishment and say here, you know, do this, do that.
Certified and verified.
My point exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
A lot of people go for that. And I'm not knocking it, but me personally, as being a trainer from the South Side, I take it as disrespect when a lot of people go up top to the North Side and go train with these big known like trainers, but they don't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these trainers don't even know half of their clientele name.
Right.
Like I can literally say, and God my witness, I know every client name on my roster.
That's what's up.
From kids up to the oldest person. You know what I'm saying?
Skill.
Because everyone's done had a one-on-one training session with me, and we built that bond. And one thing I always tell people, even though I have 300 clients, I treat every single person just like their family. So I may have you, I may call you my cousin, I may have this older gentleman, I may call him my uncle, you may be auntie, you may be mom, because everyone bring a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? But even with being a trainer, I'm bigger than just being a trainer. I'm a counselor. I'm a father to some, a brother to some, a son to some, because the way I carry myself. A lot of people always tell me I'm before my time, but people don't understand like what it took for me to get to this point, and like the people I had to cut loose and the ties I had to cut to really get focused and really show people like what I'm about.
That's big.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in the African American community be so scared to let go of their people or where they from in order for God to elevate you, because they're so scared of what people got to say. And I'm one of them people like, I don't give a damn what you got to say about me, because one thing about it, if you in front of me and I feel like you on my way, I'm going to run your ass over and keep going.
I like
you know what I'm saying?
I like it. That's the mentality to have, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's the mentality to have. So I guess to round this out, social media is literally like the most important thing right now, I feel, and especially it's had like the traction that it's gotten from the fitness world. Maybe you can speak to it in a way that is beneficial, because I do see, you know, of course I was talking about them pandering ass niggas earlier.
Yeah.
But this shit is really helpful for y'all. Like I did a thing back in my fitness journey where I would just post like every day what my weight was when I was going heavy to the gym. I got off doing that because I kind of didn't like that method, but literally putting the weight down there every day until it got to the number that I was looking for. And you'll be surprised, even something as simple as that, posting a picture of you in the gym every day, it influences. I hate that word. It influences people to do it.
Get up and get moving, man.
Right.
Yeah. But it's only if you're doing it in the right context, because a lot of people or go out here, you know, they want to be out here, you know, butt out, shirt off, everything 24/7.
Yeah.
It doesn't take all that. Like even when I'm in the gym, you know, I may flex some muscle here and there, but I'm not exploiting myself. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of women and a lot of guys, we kind of get tired of seeing that. Like a lot of female trainers, and I'm not taking anything away from the great ones, but a lot of these younger age trainers that's getting into the game now, females and males. Like for the females, they only want to focus on, you know, glutes and abs. I may see a guy, yeah, that's it. I may see a guy, only thing he want to work on is just chest and legs or chest and arms. But I'm like, same time, show me the variety. Because with being a trainer, Louis, like, I'm one of them type people, like, even when I look at other trainers on my social media, I look at it as a business owner, but I also look at it as a consumer. So even with some of these trainers that's coming out now, if I see you posting yourself every day, in my mind I'm saying like, well shit, you must ain't got no clients. Because you taking more time to just focus on yourself than you is building up the brand, building up the clientele, or posting these before and after pictures. But then at the same time, I may look over here at this young trainer. This brother may have the same 2 or 3 clients and maybe posting the same video with, you know, well, put it this way, a different video with the same people. But that's something I like to look at, because he's understanding the process of what it is to continue to keep feeding what we need to see, especially to get potential clientele. Because a lot of people want to see, when I look, just say for instance on my page, you're gonna see the testimonials, you're gonna see the videos not only of myself in a professional state, but you're also gonna see the before and after pictures. You're gonna see the growth of clients that have been with me for years or even months, you know.
But I know you tell your niggas when they do their before and afters, hey bro, make sure you take this picture in the same fucking spot with the same lighting.
My point exactly.
Bro, come on, man.
Exactly.
The same outfit, bro. Don't
try to overdo it.
Don't have this picture zoomed all the way out back here and this one. Come on, man.
Most definitely. Or if anything, I just got to the point, man, I'll do it for my clients just to make sure they get the angles. But man, again, it's just the training game nowadays, man. It's me and Hayes was having this conversation Saturday at Mason's. Shout out to my boy, man. But I was telling him, I was like, man, the training game is somewhat like the rap game, low key. because it's becoming so watered down. Because just going back to what I said earlier, a lot of these people think you need to build a team to be successful. Even when I had my gym, like I had some great trainers around me, but same time too, everyone got to have that mindset and drive to really go out here and kick it into full gear.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have a lot of people that's going to hinder you from really getting where you're supposed to be in business, especially when people are like, I want to build this team, I want to make it successful as possible, and then I want to leave you here, run this while I go build something up top.
Yeah.
I can't do that because this is my baby. So I feel like if I leave my baby with someone I trust but I really don't trust in another aspect of the business, we're gonna be doomed to fail. So that's why I tell people now, I'm getting back to the old me, doing everything by myself. I'm actually taking time to talk to people one-on-one, opposed to most people be like, oh, well, you can talk to my assistant and we'll get back with you. Like, nah, I want to talk to the
Nigga's my
source.
body, bro.
Right.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
So you got trainers out here that really got people going through the assistant just to get through the trainer. This is why I need to work. Then come back. Like, nah, I want you to actually talk to me.
I like it.
And then that way I built the actual relationship. And
like
man,
it.
just grow it from there because it's more genuine that way.
I like it, man.
You know?
This has been such a dope ass interview, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope y'all take from it. What I really take from this is just go get that shit, bro. Like when I hear that this man, and one thing that's interesting about him is that when I first came in here, before I even met him, I had the idea just how he carries himself. I was like, this might be the first like 40-year-old nigga that I interview, you know what I'm saying? I try to keep it young, but he might have got in on me, you know? And then he tells me that he's 26 years old. 26 years old, 300 clients, certified fitness trainer, PhD in this shit.
Yes, sir.
Retired both parents at the age of 26. You're inspiring, man. And I hope that these people that's watching this can just get a piece of that. Like just get in that mentality, get that mindset, because honestly, that's what I try to preach here, man. It's all about consistency. And from what I'm seeing, you're like literally one of the most consistent people that I know at this. I love the way you handle yourself. I love the way you handle your business. You're not one of these pandering ass niggas on the gram. And I appreciate that shit, man. You are in the business of bettering us.
Most definitely, man.
To the core, man. So go ahead and shout out your business, man. Tell them where they can reach you, where they can find you, because I know you're trying to turn that 300 into 500 into a grand. Like we trying to have.
Man, by the end of the year, man, I'm trying to be sitting at 3,000 clients, man. That's a plan, man. I'm trying to be sitting at 3,000 clients. So, but literally, man, let me give a shout out to my mom and dad, my sister, my nephew, the whole city of Hampton, Griffin, Jackson, because those were the people that always showed me love. Anytime I pulled up, it's always been love, man. So I definitely want to give a shout out to my people. But of course, man, the owner of Gym 55, man. So we finna relaunch Gym 55. We closed down due to COVID, but we coming bigger and better, man. The end of June, we got the new spot coming in Hampton, in the city of Hampton, my hometown. So you never know. Me and Lewis might hit y'all with a part 2. You never know.
Hey.
You never know. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it now. Part 2 coming. But literally, you guys can find me at Facebook, Jameer Giles, Instagram _J2Go. If you guys ever want to email me and ask questions or inquire, it's JameerGiles@yahoo.com. Like I said, man, Lewis, I appreciate it, brother. Like I said, it's gonna be the last time, man. You see the big goat. It's Big 55, man. We gone.
So, me, Louis B, Jameer, J2Go.
Yes, sir.
We out, man.